This shop's one of a kind. We never know what might turn up. Some days, it could be a grand old classic. Other days, maybe a muscle car, even a military vehicle. Some jobs are quick fixes. Others are full-blown restorations. And on occasion, million-dollar recreations. My only rule, perfection. And that's the kind of thing that we do at the Guild Garage. This 1953 Cadillac came in about a year ago, and it was a fairly small job. It was just going to be a paint job. But as is often happens, well, it turned into a lot more. We ended up doing the engine, transmission, and more. Basically, a frame-on restoration. What distinguishes the 53 Cadillac is that beautiful egg crate grille with the Dagmars on either side, and the amazing chrome strip that runs all the way around the body at the bottom. This has been a big project, and it's finally coming to a close. You know, while I'm away, Thomas is in charge, and he's got to get this thing out the door, and hopefully without any troubles.
Hello, this is Thomas speaking.
Morning, Thomas. How are you?
Oh, hey, Dave. How's it going?
No, I just wanted to check in and make sure that things are going ahead on the 53 Cadillac, that you were going to get it done, because, you know, John was a little bit pushy about getting her out on Friday.
So I don't know where it is at exactly right now. I'll have to go down and talk to Ron. How's things going there with Larry?
Larry is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's only a matter of opinion. I don't know how I put up with this guy. Time's money, man. He's driving me nuts, and he just keeps yakking all the time.
Like, let's just do our best to get it done. If you got to put somebody else on it to get it out the door and it's safe and roadworthy, and then...
Come on, let's go, let's go. I can't wait here forever.
Okay, have a good day.
All right, bye.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm in California with my best bud, Larry. You know, we're a pretty good team when it comes to flipping cars, but, you know, the downside to that is I got to spend the next 10 days with him.
Hey, Ron, how's it going?
Oh, hi, Thomas.
Well, I just got off the phone with Dave, and please tell me this thing's almost ready to go.
Yep, everything's been done. It's ready to go on its first good road test.
Yeah, because it's got to go on the 100K run. It's had way too much mechanical work for it not to be thoroughly tested.
No, I agree.
The 100K test drive is probably the most important part of the process, because at that point in time, you need to do a quality control check on it, make sure that the car is operating properly on all aspects before it's returned to the client. Otherwise, it could be disastrous.
Okay, well, let's stop here. We'll go from a stop and boot it, and let's see how it shifts. See how it works. Then we'll bring it to a complete stop. And here we go. Hang on, Larry.
Give her.
Oh, jeez.
What's going
Didn't
on
like
there?
that much.
No. What's going on
I don't
there?
know, it felt a little weird there.
Felt like it was engaged and kind of slipped and back in again.
Something
Let's try
happened
that
there.
again.
Yeah. Didn't like the feel of that.
No.
Here we go.
Oh.
And it shifted, but it hesitated there a little bit. Then it shifted.
Ron, I'm a little concerned about this transmission. Man, if we got an internal problem, there's no way this car is going to be ready for the end of the week.
I sure hope we don't have an
Yeah.
issue with the transmission. I'll just get it back and go through everything and double check, make sure everything's adjusted.
I'm at a major auction in California with my best friend, Larry. You know, we've known each other for way too long. A lot of guys get excited when they see you.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
The only reason I put up with Dave is he really does know everything about cars. Here we are. There's Russell Steele.
Well, we'll take a look and see what...
Let's have a look and see what's here. Well, let's see what we don't have.
You know what? I think there's a few cars here we don't have. These Skylarks are nice.
Yeah, they really are nice.
I still don't get Porsches. Well, it's your color.
This is strawberry.
Actually, I like the color. You know?
This isn't right. There's a lot of things in there.
She's had a paint
There's
job.
a lot of things in there that aren't right. You know, we go to shows all the time. We're always looking for cars, but sometimes they're just not there. You got to remember, you can't always find exactly what you want. So we'll just keep looking until we find it.
This
Oh, you like this one?
is in Montreal. Oh, this is a magnificent freaking car.
This is well done.
Yeah, this is a nice car.
This is a nice one.
My favorite car at this auction, this Alfa Romeo Montreal. They premiered at Expo 67 in Montreal, and at that time, it was a concept car and it had no particular name. But people started calling it the Montreal, and that name stuck. In all, there was less than 4,000 of them built, so this is a pretty rare car. This is what we should be investing in. Yeah, look at that. Big motor and a little European car. See the headliner in this thing? It's just, I mean, they're brilliant cars.
Wow. Wow.
Just the detail in these
Pretty
is
car,
beautiful.
pretty car.
I think it's one of the sexiest cars they built since the Second World War.
This Alfa Romeo, I really do feel good about it. I think there's a great chance for us to make some money on it. I know I'm an impulsive buyer. Dave always holds me back. We can buy it at the right price. I think we should buy it.
Corvette's coming along, is it? Client's coming in today.
Yeah.
We got a lot that we can show them. I mean, the paint looks great, but about 6 months ago, I had a client come in with a 1963 Corvette red split window that he wanted to put back to its original Sebring silver. We painted the car back to its original Sebring silver color, and right now it's going through assembly with all of its original parts. Or what would you say as far as the parts are concerned for the condition that he wants to see them in? How many of them need to be replaced?
If you go right here, practically everything here.
Really?
Yeah.
With the Corvette, our original order by the client was to try and keep every part on it as original as possible, keep the car as original as possible. We've reviewed the parts, and they're not quite up to perfect quality, or the quality that he wants at least, has authorized that we go ahead and replace what we can to bring it up to that standard that he wants to see. Well, I'll go talk to the parts department and see if we can speed things up. In the meantime, do what you can with what you've got.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everything's on schedule for the 63 Corvette, but what I'm really worried about at this point in time is the Caddy, because I told the client that we'd have it ready for him by the end of this week. Oh, Ron, what's up? Larry tells me that something went wrong on the test.
I'm not 100% happy how the car ran during our road test. The transmission is shifting a little on the harsh side. It's giving a good bang in between the 2-3 shift. It doesn't feel good at all.
So what's the preliminary diagnosis?
Hopefully I can make it repair just with a adjustment of the TV linkage. It should cure the problem. I'm hoping that'll work.
And if it's not?
But if it's not, it could be an internal problem with the transmission.
Okay, I'll do the adjustment, do another test, and then we'll take it from there. Right on.
Okay.
We're at the Russell & Steel auction checking out cars, and there's one car in particular, an Alfa Romeo Montreal, that we just love. We better check out some of the other cars as well. Well, we don't really want to, but yeah, we better. This little GTV is still for sale. Pretty little thing.
Oh, yeah.
19 miles on it. This would be a really troublesome car, because when you do start using it, you're going to be maintaining the hell out of it. This is a classy old bird, eh?
Yeah.
You haven't had a
31,
Caddy
is it?
for a while.
V12.
Yeah.
V16 be better.
Well, yeah.
I do like this.
Oh, hey, done? We gotta go. I've lined up a couple of meetings today, and if Larry doesn't slow us down too much, we got a good chance of getting through those and then getting to the auction. Because there's an Alfa Romeo Montreal I really want to lay some bids on.
Am I still gonna make it back in time to bid on these things? You know, we gotta get to the auction
Well,
too,
the
don't
sooner
forget.
we get to my meeting,
All
the sooner
right,
we can get back here
okay,
and get
Miss
bid.
Snaky Pants.
We got like 3 hours.
That's
Can
not
you
a
do
lot
it in
of
3
time.
hours?
That's not a lot of time.
Well, no, not with traffic, so let's get going. Are you sure you can hurry? Yeah? Legs still working?
No.
Yeah?
Could you
No.
carry me?
Yeah.
The 53 Cadillac went out for its test drive, and unfortunately it came back with a transmission problem. I put Ron on it to see if he can figure out what's wrong, but we have to meet our deadline.
All right, the first thing I want to do is check the level to make sure the transmission oil is at the proper level and it's not burnt, and it all looks fine here.
Replacing or overhauling the transmission on a 1953 car, period, is going to be hard due to the fact of just getting parts. But if I can correct it with an adjustment of the TV linkage, we're going to be okay. The transmission control linkage, it tells the transmission what the engine is doing. So the transmission knows when to shift, when to upshift, and when to downshift. So if you're approaching a hill and you step on the gas, you want that transmission to downshift and take the car up the hill smoothly. If you don't, if it doesn't shift down, it'll lug going up the hill.
So I'm gonna just make a quick adjustment to this throttle linkage here, which will change the shift. I loosen these nuts and move them up a little bit to make the transmission linkage a little longer, which would changes the position in the valve body and hopefully make it shift a little smoother. Okay, good. All we have to do now is go on another road test and make sure it's okay.
Hey, Andreas.
Hey, Thomas.
Let's go over to the car. Let's
All
take a
right.
look. We're about to start assembly on the split window Corvette, so I asked the owner to stop by to make sure the new parts met his expectations. That Sebring silver really does sparkle like you wouldn't believe.
Oh,
And
it looks absolutely amazing.
it's been a long road, but we've got there, and now it's just at the end where we're going to be doing the assembly. So what we've done is we've laid out all of the parts to the car next to it so that we can go over it, make sure that it's up to what you want to see done before it gets installed, and then, of course, some final testing and tuning if it needs it as well. The 1963 split-window Corvette is a very rare car. It was made for only the 1 year of production because the rear split window of the car is actually very difficult for you to see out of. And it was something that was identified by the engineer at the time. They canceled it for 1964, and it makes it one of the most collectible Corvettes that you can buy.
When you're dealing with this type of vehicle, it can become very, very expensive. You expect top of the line, and it's very, very important because the dollar value on this car will definitely increase with top craftsmanship.
One of the things that I'm extremely proud of, and I think that you're going to enjoy the most about it, all the lines are extremely straight. You don't have any feathered edges around those rounds and stuff like that. They're all very sharp all the way going, the way it's supposed to be.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad I brought it here, and again, thank you so much for
Yeah, no
everything
problem.
you've done.
I'm actually glad that you brought it in, too. The Corvette's moving along real well, but sometimes it's really difficult for us to source original parts. But luckily, when we have to do things in-house, we have one of the best chromers in the biz.
Started off as an instrument bezel. The chrome was cracked and bubbly and coming off. I carefully sanded off all the old cracked finish using sandpaper of various grades. Got down to the brass, and I'm putting some replacement finish on it. It's a mixture of nickel, cobalt, and a couple of other things that makes it look exactly like chrome, but it really isn't chrome. It's an electrical process that takes ions from the solution, deposits them on the brass, and the current gets completed and goes back down through to the power supply. It will resist abrasion. It'll be much harder than the original surface, and you'll be able to actually polish it without taking the finish off. Grease is the killer, because fingerprints have acid in them, and they will eventually cause the plating to peel and come off again, which is why I'm wearing my Smurf glove. This job requires a lot of patience and determination and attention to detail, but more patience mostly, because it's so easy to miss a spot or to get a fingerprint on it. We finished the plating, just getting the residue off with distilled water. Next step is to put some conservator's wax on this. That'll resist fingerprints, so it'll last virtually forever. This is ready for the customer. It's about as pretty as it was when it was brand new.
While Dave's away, I'm in charge, and I've got 2 projects this week that I've got to get out. One of them's a 53 Caddy, and I've just asked Ron to go out on a final test drive.
Well, everything seems to be going pretty good here. I'm happy with the way it's running. The transmission adjustments we made are a lot better. It's shifting pretty nice now. Those adjustments did the trick. I don't really have any big concerns about the car, having the car ready for the client on Friday. It'll be ready to go. I'm sure Thomas will be happy how it's operating. I had time to take her back to the shop and get it cleaned up for delivery back to the client.
The client will be happy to know that his Caddy's done, and I just have a few finishing touches now to do the Corvette, and then we'll have 2 projects that we can get out this week.
Installed new right side signal light, because old one look like this. Chrome is all bad, bidding all here. You can see right difference. Better have all new and then it looks good for years. And here you can see difference between these emblems. Chrome is nice and shiny.
Taking a car back to its original factory look isn't always just about parts. Sometimes we have to do engine and other cosmetics. Now what we're going to do is put a little bit of exhaust manifold dressing on to bring the engine back to its factory look.
Okay, it's ready.
I'm a real California guy. I don't wear socks. Just keep going.
The Alfa Romeo Montreal is coming up for auction pretty soon, but I let Larry do the navigating, and I'm not exactly sure that we're going to get back in time.
You're driving. Who knows where we're going to end up?
Classic Dave. He never listens. He must have taken a wrong turn somewhere.
All right, so where do we go now?
Now we go along here. I'm not kidding you. The way you've been driving, I don't even know if this thing's even functioning right anymore.
So I'm turning, where am I turning now?
Turn right.
Turn right.
Turn right,
Okay.
Dave. Turn right. Turn right.
I turned right.
Now where have you got me to? You're going to really drive me nuts. Now what do we do?
Now the auction's on. Thank God I've got my friend Linda.
Hello.
Hi, Larry. The Alfa Romeo's coming up, so I just want to make sure that we touched base and I have you on the phone. We're ready to roll once you come up on the block.
That sounds wonderful.
Great. Okay, your car is up.
Auction started, we're lost. Luckily, we're bidding on the phone with Linda, because we really want that Alfa Romeo.
Hi, Larry. Okay, your car is up. I'm going to give you that opening bid, unless you would like to make the opening bid yourself.
No.
All right.
When Dave and I are going to bid on a car, we always try to figure out what exactly are we going to do? How do we do it? What is it worth really? We check it out, we look at it, and no matter whatever happens, I overbid it.
So what do you figure? Somewhere in the 60s?
Yeah, you know, maybe 70, 75. I mean, I've seen them go 140 to 150.
Okay, so we'll go max 75.
Yeah.
All right, we have an opening bid of 35. 47. Somebody wants it.
It's quick.
Are you going to give me a bid on it?
55,000.
55 from Larry. 65 in the room. 70. You gonna give me a bid?
I don't know, Davey. I think I'm gonna go 80.
80 grand, too much. By the time we get it back home, we get a little bit of work into it, it's gonna be really hard to sell and make a decent amount of money on.
80.
80 from Larry. Okay, we got 82.5.
Oh, crap. It's gone to 82.5. What are we gonna do now?
Somebody else really wants this car. You gonna give me a bid?
Can you hold on, Linda, for one moment, please? Just give me a moment here to think about it.
We set 75 as the top.
I know.
You're at 80.
When we're bidding, we try to set a limit. We really try to set the limit. Sometimes we'll go over, we'll both agree, and then either I'll go over that or we both try to stay within that limit. They really want that car. They're going to outbid you no matter what. And then you have to let that go and move on to the next one.
I need a bid.
Are you sure? We're close.
We lose money on this car, I'm the one who's going to get in trouble.
Yes or no? They're going to roll the car off the block, Larry.
Just another second, please, Linda, please.
No.
You sure?
No, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Boy, I'm itchy-twitchy, but okay. All right, Linda, I'm sorry. No, it's a definite no.
You going to give me 83?
I don't think so.
Is that a no?
Definitely no.
All right. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you very much.
If I didn't have Dave with me, I'd probably buy a lot more cars and be a very happy person.
I love the Montreals, but not if we're going to take a beating on it.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
All right.
I'm tired of this and I'm
Yeah,
bored.
okay, now there's one last thing.
What now?
Where are we?
Back up and just
If we had
floor
a
it.
boat,
We'll
we'd
be all right.
Clev, it looks like you are just about done here.
Yeah, pretty close. Few things to do.
The badge looks awesome.
Yeah, brand new.
The old one didn't look all that bad, but when you see the new one, I mean, it makes a big difference. How did the windows all fit? They looked like they were having a bit of a problem.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good now?
Yeah. We see how the seal is. We do water tests and we see how it seals.
Cool. So it doesn't look like you're too far off. I mean, you got a couple of caps that have to go on, a little bit of cleaning, but...
Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll take some pictures and I'll send them off to the client later.
Okay.
So the Corvette turned out much better than I expected. And the best part about this is that it makes a great homecoming gift for Dave. So now we've been over everything. Ron's gone out on a couple of different test drives on it now. All right. We had an issue with the transmission linkage. We got worried for a little bit, but it turned out it was just an adjustment that needed to be done so that it would shift properly. It seems like everything's running really well, and hopefully after all this time you'll be able to get it back and get it back for good.
Sounds good. Well, I had it restored so I could use the car. I want to drive it as often as I can.
There's your keys.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
Did a good job. It looks brand new. You did a beautiful job on the car. I'm very happy.